I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't set the world on fire.
War. War never changes. Since the dawn of humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything from God to justice to simple psychotic rage. In the year 2077, after millennia of armed conflict, the destructive nature of man could sustain itself no longer. The world was plunged into an abyss of nuclear fire and radiation. But it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of human history. For man had succeeded in destroying the world, but war never changes. In the early days, thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in enormous underground shelters known as vaults. But when they emerged, they had only the hell of the wastes to greet them. All except those in Vault 101. For on that fateful day, when fire rained from the sky, the giant steel door of Vault 101 slid closed and never reopened. It was here you were born. It is here you will die. Because in Vault 101, no one ever enters, and no one ever leaves.
Let's see. Are you a boy or a girl? It's a boy. A boy! We've got a son, Catherine. A beautiful, healthy baby boy.
Oh, James. We did it. A son. Our beautiful son.
You've got a bright future ahead of you, son. I'm sure of it. Look at you. Look at you. Hi there. I'm your daddy, little guy. Daddy. You're going to need a name, aren't you? Your mother and I have been talking. What do you think about... That's a good name, don't you think? Fits you perfectly. Looks like they've finished the gene projection. Let's see what you'll look like when you're all grown up. you're going to look a lot like your dad. See that, Catherine?
Oh, oh, very strapping.
It's a big world out there, son, full of all sorts of people. What about you? What kind of person are you going to be? You're just
James?
Catherine?
James.
Catherine! She's in cardiac arrest. Start compressions. Get the baby out of here. Move! Move! 1,000. 2, 1,000. Come on. Hang on, Catherine. Hang on.
Okay? We need a doctor, not a deadbeat. This one's on the house. Fail to meet my expectations and there will be
Don't look straight into the light.
James and his cheerly charity.
Decorations.
May your future be
Make
bright,
something
boys.
in this place will feel just like home. Come on over here, son. Come on. Walk to Daddy. Over here. There you go. My goodness, just a year old and already walking like a pro. Your mother would have been so proud. Listen, kiddo, I know you don't like it when Daddy leaves you alone, but I need you to take care of yourself for a minute. You just stay here while Daddy runs to his office. You'll be okay, pal. I'll be back in a bit. You are quite the little explorer, aren't you? Serves me right for trying to pen you in. Come on over here. I want to show you something. See that? It was your mother's favorite passage. It's from the Bible. Revelation 21:6. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. She always loved that. All right, come on. Let's go see if your little friend Amada wants to play.
These experiments are
The experiment to prepare. Hair. Horse missing.
Surprise! Stanley, you turned the lights on too fast. You blinded the poor kid.
Happy birthday.
Can you believe it? He is growing up so fast.
Happy birthday, pal. I can't believe you're already 10. I'm so proud of you. If only your mother...
Congratulations, young man. I don't have to tell you how special this day is, do I? Down here in Vault 101, when you turn 10, well, you're ready to take on your first official Vault responsibilities. So here you are. As Overseer, I hereby present to you your very own Pip-Boy 3000. Get used to it. You'll be getting your first work assignment tomorrow.
Enjoy your party. You're only 10 once, so have fun.
Happy birthday! We really... You're welcome. Hey, I bet you can't... Ha! I knew I'd surprise you. I found this in a box of my father's old things. Believe it or not. Well, I better let you get back to mingling with your guests.
Oh man, you got a Pip-Boy. Hey, thanks for inviting. I know that, Butch and I give you a hard time. Anyway, happy birthday and everything.
What, are you two best friends now? Hey, Wally, I think Paul's gone soft on us.
Attention, everyone!
Yeah, Paul.
It's time to
Introduce
cut
us
the
to your
cake!
new best friend.
Andy, wait!
Happy birthday, Butch.
How's it going, pal?
Oh, no.
I am mortified about the cake.
You always have good ideas.
Simply mortified.
Yeah, I got one. The Mackers. Super cool, right?
Jeez, Wally, who's the head of the gang? You or me? No way! So,
Hey, how about the Vault Dwellers? Get it?
who wants to go around all day being called a Vault Dweller?
Happy
Sometimes I think
birthday.
you really are as dumb as you look.
Daddy, I told...
How do you like that Pip-Boy, son? As a matter of fact, I did. I'm glad you like it. Some may think the A series is a bit basic, but I've always preferred them for their reliability. Don't mention it. Oh, yes, I
told you not to act all official.
Having
I
a
know
good
you were
time?
joking,
It
but
wasn't
I'm not
easy
sure
keeping
anyone
this a
else
secret.
did.
Now go on.
Nonsense.
I'm sure
People
everyone else
always
would like a
enjoy
chance to
my
talk
little
to the birthday
speeches.
boy.
Are you having a nice party? Goodness. Such a nice, polite young man you...
Besides, that friend of yours could use
Didn't I tell you to stop bothering us?
Fun
Shut
and
up.
game. I hope you appreciate. Don't presume too much on her friendship, young man. I'm still the Overseer, and
Happy birthday, Sonny.
Do you think we surprised him?
I'm hungry, and that stupid robot... Give me that sweet roll. Yeah, right. Thanks, loser. Oh, and happy birthday.
What happened with Butch? He looked awfully pleased with himself. Wow, he's not worth worrying about anyway.
Listen, once you have finished being a good host, I have something I want to show you.
Thanks for coming, Stanley. I know
Jonas?
you were busy with the water purifier. Everything's fine, I hope.
Thanks.
Oh, sure,
I'll send him
nothing to
right
worry
down.
about. Me and Andy
Are
got
you
it all.
having
Hey, that was Jonas on the intercom. Jonas is waiting for you.
a nice
Again
time?
last night. Good, isn't it? Happy birthday.
Are our rats tough enough?
You can fix anything, right? Anyway,
Sure.
I'm glad you
I
could
really
make it.
like that.
Happy birthday, dear. Oh, boy. Well, let's not... No, really. I'd never just copy one of my old poems. Well, but you deserve nothing less than a brand new poem.
Shut up and let me think a minute. What about the
Just be
tunnel rats?
patient.
Were
You
our
don't want to
rats
ruin
tough
the
enough?
surprise, do you? Go ahead. Jonas is waiting.
Maybe.
Oh, never mind. I can't believe my mom let
Thank you for coming, Miss Beatrice. I hope you're having a nice time.
What are you doing down here, young man?
Hey, relax. Listen, now that you're 10, you don't have to... Hold on one more minute. I think your dad...
Are you ready for your surprise? The Overseer gave you your Pip-Boy, and you're old enough to do... Your own BB gun. Jonas found it down here. It was in pretty rough shape. Took us a good 3 months to find the parts to get it working again. You know how tough it is to find a spring that small? Good thing Butch misplaced that switchblade of his. So, what do you think? We sure can't, unless we want the Overseer beating down our door. Careful, it's a radroach. Think you can take care of that with your BB gun? You'll be fine. Good work. Let's get a picture. Hey, Jonas, get a picture of me with a big game hunter.
Smile.
Boys and girls have different parts.
What is your problem anyway? So, I'm the Overseer's daughter, so what? Like, I get any kind of special treatment.
Revelation 21:6. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. As far as I can tell, you're a perfectly healthy 16-year-old boy. So yes, you have to go to class to take your GOAT exam. Go on now. You've got a GOAT to take. The Generalized Occupational Aptitude Test, GOAT. Everyone here in the Vault takes it when they're 16. Helps to figure out what sort of a job you'll have here in Vault 101 when you get a bit older. So, pay attention and try not to fall asleep. You know what the Overseer says? We're born in the Vault, we die in the Vault. Each is tested to determine their abilities. Hey, it's not my call. You're 16. Come on, it's not so bad.
Good morning. Stopped in to see the old man.
Get
before
out of my
class,
way,
eh?
you stupid tunnel snakes!
Don't mess with the... Stay out. Me and Butch were just... I don't follow anyone. Wally, why? You think Butch is in charge? Is that what people are saying? Because it's a load of shit if that's what they're saying. What? What kind of shit is that? No one talks that way about what... He's not the boss of me, nobody... We're done here.
Done? We're not done. I say when we're done.
Don't know who put you in charge. I say we're done. Let's go, Paul.
Are you sure? Butch? Okay. Whatever you say, Ryan. Hey, Tunnel Snakes rule. Fine, let's go. I was done here anyway. This ain't over, Daddy's girl. I'm not finished with you either, twerp. Didn't you just get new parts for it last
Thanks for getting rid of them. I don't know why they won't leave me alone. Just because my...
week?
Sounds good.
Yeah, sure did. But the thing is so old, my grandpa had trouble with it when he was my age.
Well, you made it. Didn't work on your dad either, did it? Now, unless you have something else you want to discuss. Listen, so here's what I'm going to do. If you want to skip the test... Well... see you tomorrow, bright and early.
Anything is possible, even an egg.
Daddy's
Mr.
not
Promise.
here to save you now. Is he? Get back to work.
Selfish and insubordinate.
Wake up! Come
You
on,
need to
wake
know
up!
these things. I'm not going to be around to hold your hand forever.
Come on! You've got to wake... You've got to get out of here. Aren't you listening? Your dad... My father has completely flipped out. I've never seen him like... That's what I would have said until tonight. But it's true. He's gone and Jonas is dead and... My father's men think Jonas helped your dad escape. They caught him and brought him to my dad's office and they... Oh my God. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just sorry you had to find out like this. But we've got to... Oh, so you don't trust me now? Thanks a lot. I understand. It must be rough waking up... Listen, it may not be any of my business, but... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure he had his reasons. But it doesn't matter. I can... Listen, there's a secret tunnel that leads directly from my father's office to the exit. You'll use these to get into his office. We don't have time for this! Maybe this pistol I stole from my father will make you feel better. Well, okay. Alright, I'll meet you at the vault door if I can, but don't wait for me.
There he is. Hold it right there.
Criminy, more roaches!
You like that?
Get it off me! You gotta help me! Please, but you can't walk away. You're...
Oh, here! Butchie, help me! What's happening?
Stop in the name of the Overseer.
I found him.
You know, I liked you, Dad. I guess he had us all fooled.
Officer Kendall, help!
This is the Overseer. All residents of Vault 101 are hereby confined to their quarters. The rat roach infestation is under control. Do not interfere with Vault security personnel. Any resident found outside his or her quarters will be dealt with severely.
Where do they keep coming from? Damn it, more roaches!
A little peace and quiet at last.
Oh, you're lucky it was me who found you. The others... I don't know what you're up to, and I don't want to know. Just clear out of here, and I'll... It's a real shame it's come to this. I can't believe what they did to Jonas. Officer Mack was just out of control. But you're a good kid. You didn't do anything...
I'm afraid you've missed him. I believe he's gone.
Me and Andy were in a tight spot there, ain't no mistake. Good thing he loves toasting roaches so much. Come on, kid, get out of here before you get us both killed.
Let's go back to our quarters.
It's our only chance, don't you see? We're getting out of here, just like the doctor. I'm not gonna let anyone stop us. It's me!
Tom! Be careful! Tom! No!
Come out, you nasty little bug.
This is your fault. You and your stupid father. He had to go and leave, didn't he? He had to mess things up for everybody.
I told you, I don't know anything.
Be reasonable, Amata. Officer Mack may enjoy this, but I don't. Just tell us where to find your friend, so
He's my friend. I was worried about him.
probably not. Which is why you need to tell me where he is.
Watch out, she's got a gun.
I swear I will.
How dare you threaten me? And with my own gun. I'm your father, damn you, and you'll show me some respect. Officer Mack, don't just stand there!
Don't make me take that gun away from you, girlie. Just hand it over. Nice and easy now.
No! Get away from me!
Oh my God, Amata! What have you done? I hope you're here to turn yourself... Oh, is that all? You'll get nothing. I've dealt with your kind before, you... He's here! There he is! Hyah!
My God, what have you done? You killed him! Why would you kill my father? Come on, stop that!
Hold on, Jonas. I need to record this first. I don't really know how to tell you this. I hope you'll understand, but I know you might be angry. I thought about it for a long time, but in the end, I decided it was best for you not to know. So many things could have gone wrong, and there's really no telling how the Overseer will react when he finds out. It's best if he can blame everything on me. Obviously, you already know that I'm gone. It was something I needed to do. You're an adult now. You're ready to be on your own. Maybe someday things will change and we can see each other again. I can't tell you why I left or where I'm going. I don't want you to follow me. God knows life in the vault isn't perfect. But at least you'll be safe. Just knowing that will be enough to keep me going.
Don't mean to rush you, Doc, but I'd feel better if we got this over with.
Okay, go ahead. Goodbye. I love you.
He's opening the vault door. We need this door open now.
Oh my god. You actually opened it. Good, you're leaving. I guess you were trying to help me, but you... Oh, really? And who appointed you? I thought you were my friend. You'd better get out of here.
There he is. Oh, you're gonna be sorry. Oh, that's it. Oh! I knew you'd turn up soon. Close the door.
want to get close, huh?
We live in an age of poverty. Violence, destruction.
God damn it!
The very seat of the federal government, Washington, D.C. We're used to what is now known as the Capitol Wasteland. How did your leader allow the most powerful
You're gonna die! Hold still, meat!
We put our trust, our faith in half-wits. Our intrepid leaders had everything we wanted. Well,
Damn it! Stop moving around so much!
Should have stayed in bed today, hero. I'm gonna kick your ass. You're dead. Dead! Should have stayed in bed today, hero. meat. Time to tear you apart. Yeah, tear them apart.
Hello. Keep it on the level.
Welcome, welcome. My name is You bear... If the clothes make the man, then here are the means to remake yourself. Thanks.
And everything will be fine.
Good to see you.
Another newcomer. Name's Lucas Sims. friendly and well-mannered. So long as you stay away from the bomb, I see my chances of a long life improving. Oh, if you get the... Not an option, I'm afraid. Get...
Yeah, you need something?
With the clouds, and every eye shall be blind with his glory. Every
I'll be damned. And all without asking for pay, too. Hell, why don't you move in? Here's the key and the deed to an empty house. Oh, and talk with Moira at Craterside Supply. Nope, sorry.
For this ancient weapon of war is the very symbol of Atom's glory. Let it serve as a reminder. I urge you, my friend, come, drink with me and pray. Glorious Atom, I give unto you these feeble bones. I present to your will this frail body. Who have we here? Many of the transients. I suggest you speak. News? Of course. Now that you mention... In...
Hello. Yeah. Yeah, you need something?
Behold!
You looking to trade, stranger?
He is
Check out
coming with the
Craterside Supply.
clouds, and every eye shall be blind with his glory. Release your...
Hi, I'm Maggie. I live with Billy. Billy does. Have you met Billy? They killed my real parents.
yourself to his power. Feel his glow and be divided. In the division, we shall see our release from the peg.
Speak to the confessor or the mother if you wish to know more.
Your suffering shall exist no longer. It shall be washed away.
I really hope you're not thinking of... Well, hey there, stranger. I'm Manya. If there's anything we can help you with, ask me. Don't ask me.
Colin Moriarty. I'm the owner, but please, see for yourself. Oh. Is that what your father told? Your father brought you to the vault right after you were born. To keep you safe, you see. I remember it well, That's right. Your father, his Brotherhood of Steel friend, and you, the suck... but life goes on. Daddy lied. Life's full of... Ah, I see. You know, I heard about the brainwashing that goes on down there. All hail the Overseer. Kid, you've got better programming than our own Deputy Weld. You'd best wise up quick. Wouldn't want anyone... You seem like a nice kid, so... Your dad was here, and now he's not. And yes, I know where he went. But what you're asking me... And, like any commodity, it must be sold at a reasonable market price. So...
Come on, you piece of junk. Every day it's the same damn thing. I told you, Gob, it ain't the radio. The Enclave station comes in fine. It's Galaxy News. Their signal's been shit lately.
Goddamn lady.
Ah, look. Another one of your wasteland. There ain't much to tell. What? I left all that behind me. There's nothing but... You know? But come on. I'm a washed up old... No offense, kid. I've heard about you. Although... Nah, it ain't so bad here. I got some good memories. But... Come back and... You just leave that fucking thing alone, Gob.
Wait, is that... Damn it. Hey, Smoothskin, you need something? Wait, you're not gonna hit me? Yell at me? Well now, that's a surprise. I'm glad to see that there are a few worthwhile people around here. Listen, Moriarty'd have my... A place called Underworld. It's a ghoul city down in D.C. I set off up here to find adventure and fortune. And, well, I found this place. I'm sort of stuck here. Colin says that I can't leave. If you ever get to Underworld, Mr. Moriarty says we can keep it on. I like hearing the DJ 3. If only I was a part of that. Sure thing. See you soon, drunkie.
Give it up, Gob. You're not going to get anything.
I don't recognize you. I do. Great. I'd like you to... as...
What's it to be? Galaxy News 3, dog. The king of that loony bin keeps... What I... Huh? Oh!
If you need to buy something, Moira up in Craterside Supply can help you. Watch out, though. She's different.
Metro. Security protocol initializing. Station security grid offline. Metro Central not responding. Threat level Omega. Lethal force authorized. Tickets, please. Scanning for valid ticket. Verified. Thank you for riding with Metro.
I don't know who you are, but the super mutants have overrun our brothers at the Galaxy News. You can tag along. You've been living under a rock? This is DC. We've got too many local conscripts as it is. Most are undertrained and too damn trigger happy for their... Our very own Initiate Redden is a sterling example. What?
Red, on me. You're doing fine. Just follow my lead. Know that heroes stay, okay?
What's the situation? You don't need to worry. We're the best outfit in the whole Brotherhood of Steel. Just watch what we do to these uglies.
All clear, Sentinel. 5 mutants released from their torment. The rest are keeping their heads down.
Good. Jennings?
Negative.
Door stays.
Yeah, we'll... Now knock that off. You're wasting ammo.
Ah, come on. We just kicked their asses.
We need to sweep the area. You think those are all the uglies in D.C.? You take the east side. I'll go west.
Okay.
Once we're inside, then we'll sweep.
Now you're talking.
You're telling me.
like it's all clear. Unlocking outer doors.
The look on your face says it all. Hey, he heard old Three Dog on the radio. Figured I knew what was what out here in the Capital Wasteland. But he split. Hey, not everyone's cut out for... But enough of that. The fact that the Brotherhood let you get up here tells me you're alright with them. Besides, you're giving off a pretty sweet vibe, but enough yakking. You want to find your dad. He was here at Galaxy News. If you want to know more. I like what you're saying, but this is... If you want help from Galaxy News, you need to contribute to Galaxy News. Good. Galaxy News Radio is my baby. I love it. I feed it. I keep it changed. But there's one problem. You see, some brainless super mutant thought it would be funny to shoot at the shiny round thing. Yep, that shiny thing was our broadcast relay. Now it's Swiss cheese. Of course, the factory that made the relay dishes is long gone, leveled. Hey, I understand this isn't easy. I mean, most people, but there's something behind those eyes. Your dad. One of the Brotherhood guys that passed through here mentioned seeing a dish. It's the dish off the old Virgo 2 lunar lander, and I want you to get it and bring it to the Washington Monument to replace the bad one. You're gonna be the... If you need any more... Got more on your mind, huh?
Chromebooks are a new way to laptop, starting with the everything button, so you can find anything the moment
Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you I was lonesome. And when you came in sight, dear, my heart grew light, and this old world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. By me, if it's to shame, please let me explain. By me, such an old refrain, and yet I should explain. It means I am begging for your hand. I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only help me tell you how grand you are. Reedy, 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 reedy. I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain by mere pistol shame, so kiss me and say that you will understand.
Metro. Security protocol initializing.
Game's over! Game's over!
My name is Colton, and my age is 9. My tumor is kind of a special one.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon.
Protect and serve.
I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. Beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. Beyond a doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. So long sailing, bye-bye sailing.
They used to tell me I was building a dream, and so I followed the mob. When there was earth to plow or guns to bear, I was always there, right on the job. They used to tell me I was building a dream, with peace and glory ahead. Why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread? Once I built a railroad, I made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower up to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, gee, we look swell, full of that Yankee doodly-dum. 500,000 boots went slogging through hell, and I was the kid with the drum. Say, don't you remember? Call me Al. It was Al all the time. Why don't you remember? I'm your pal. Say, buddy, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, ah, gee, we look swell, full of that Yankee doodly-dum. 500,000 boots went slogging through hell, and I was the kid with a drum. Oh, say, don't you remember? They called me Al. It was Al all the time. Say, don't you remember? I'm your pal. Buddy, can you spare a dime?
Only in theaters Friday.
In the future, we'll travel to incredible places with the help of magical technology.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. It's I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying. and kneel and say an Ave there for me, and I shall hear those soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me.
Opportunities life will send your way, but if you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriasis,
how much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggies won't pay. I must take a trip to California and leave my poor sweetheart alone. If he has a dog, he won't be lonesome. and the doggy will have a good home. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale. I read in the papers there are robbers with flashlights that shine in the dark. My love needs a doggy to protect him and scare them away with one bark. I don't want a bunny or a kitty. I don't want a parrot that talks. I don't want a bowl of little fishies. He can't take a goldfish for a walk. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale.
If I didn't care more than words can say, if I didn't care, would I feel this way? If this isn't love, then why do I thrill? And what makes my head go round and round while my heart stands still? If I didn't care, would it be the same? Would my every prayer begin and end with just your name? And would I be sure that this is love beyond compare? Would all this be true if I didn't care for you?
If I didn't care, honey child, more than words can say. If I didn't care, would I feel this way? Darling, if this isn't love, then why do I thrill so much? And what is it that makes my head go round and round while my heart just stands still so much?
If I didn't care, would it be the same? Would my every prayer begin and end with just your name? And would I be sure that this is love beyond compare? Would all this be true if I didn't care for you?
Saw the sun setting behind him. That was summer to see.
I'll see you later, all right?
It's bad for me, it's bad for me. This knowledge that you're going mad for me. I feel certain my friends would be glad for me, but it's bad for me.
It's so good for you, so new for you, to see someone in such a stew for you. And when I say I'd do all I could for you, it's so good for you.
It's bad for me. I fell till you whispered to me, completely left on the shelf. But since you started to move me, I'm just crazy about myself.
It's a boon for you, a break for you, to hear that my heart's on the make for you. Yet no matter however appealing, I still have a feeling it's bad for me.
I fell till you whispered to me, completely left on the shelf. But since you started to woo me, I'm just crazy about myself.
It's a boon for you, a break for you, to hear that my heart's on the make for you.
Yet no matter however appealing, I still have the feeling it's bad for me.
Minions: The Rise of Gru, only in theaters.
So creamy, so delicious. With every calorie, yum.
Section 1 of Astounding Stories 10, October 1930. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Seamus Dobbin. Astounding Stories 10, October 1930 by Various. Section 1. Stolen Brains by Captain S.P. Meek. I hope, Carnes, said Dr. Bird, that we get good fishing. Good fishing? Will you please tell me what you are talking about? I am talking about fishing, old dear. Have you seen the evening paper? No. What's that got to do with it? Dr. Bird tossed across the table a copy of the Washington Post, folded so as to bring uppermost an item on page 3. Carnes saw his picture staring at him from the center of the page. What the dickens? He exclaimed as he bent over his seat. With growing astonishment, he read the offer to Carnes had collapsed from his desk that afternoon, and rushed to welcome the property where the purpose of the stock paused and there followed a silent delay of the person's personal connection to a the Admiral The paper gave a glowing tribute to the detective's life and work and stated that he had been given sick leave for an indefinite period, and that he was leaving at once for the fishing lodge of his friend, Dr. Bird, of the Bureau of Standards at Squapan Lake, Maine. Dr. Bird, the article concluded, would accompany him but I feel the need of accurate information on the subject. Look sick from now on until we are clear of Washington. We leave tonight. I already have our tickets and reservations, and all you have to do is to collect your tackle and pack your bags for a month or two in the woods, and meet me at the Pennsy station at 6 tonight. And yet, there are some people who say there is no Santa Claus, mused Carnes. If I had really broken down from overwork, I would probably have had my pay docked for the time I was absent. But a man with official pull in this man's government wants to go fishing, and presto, the wheels move and the way is clear. Doctor, I'll meet you as directed. Good enough, said Dr. Bird. By the way, Carnes, he went on as the operative opened the door, bring your pistol. Carnes whirled about at the words. Are we going on a case? He asked. That remains to be seen, replied the doctor enigmatically. At all events, bring your pistol. In answer to any questions, we are going fishing. In point of fact, we are, with ourselves as bait. If you have a little time to spare this afternoon, you might drop around to the office of the Post and get them to show you all the amnesia cases they've had stories on during the past 3 months. We will have lots of time to talk things over while we are in the Maine woods. Late the next evening, they left the Bangor on a rustic train at Marsardies and found a Ford truck waiting for them. Over a rough trail, they were driven for 15 miles, winding up at a log cabin which the doctor announced was his. The truck deposited their belongings and jounced away, and Dr. Bird led the way to the cabin, which proved to be unlocked. He pushed open the door and entered, followed by Carnes. The operative glanced at the occupants of the cabin and started back in surprise. Seated at a table were two figures. The smaller of the two had his back to the entrance, but the larger one was facing him. He rose as they entered, and Carnes rubbed his eyes and reeled weakly against the wall.
I'm guessing the entire capital
stood a
wasteland
replica
would
of
have
Dr.
been
Bird.
overrun a long
There was the same 6 feet 2 of bone and muscle, the same beetling brows, and the same craggy chin and high forehead, surmounted by a shock of unruly black hair. In face and figure, the stranger was a replica of the famous scientist, until he glanced at their hands. Dr. Bird's hands were long and slim, tapering fingers, the hands of a thinker and an artist, despite the acid stains which disfigured them but could not hide their beauty. The hands of his double were stained as were Dr. Bird's, but they were short and thick, and bespoke more the man of action than the man of thought. The second figure arose and faced them, and again Carnes received a shock. While the likeness was not so striking, there was no doubt that the second man would have readily passed for Carnes himself in the dim light or at a little distance. Dr. Bird burst into laughter at the detective's puzzled face. "Carnes," he said, "shake yourself together, and then shake hands with Major Trowbridge of the Coast Artillery Corps. It has been said by some people that we favor one another." "I'm glad to meet you, Major," said Carnes. "The resemblance is positively uncanny, but for your hands I would have trouble telling you two apart." The Major glanced down at his stubby fingers. "It is unfortunate, but it can't be helped," he said. "Dr. Bird, this is Corporal Askins of my command. He is not as good a second to Mr. Carnes as I am to you, but you said it was less important." "The likeness is plenty good enough," replied the doctor. "He will probably not be subjected to as close a scrutiny as you will. Did you have any trouble in getting here unobserved?" "None at all, Doctor. Lieutenant Maynard found a good landing field within a half-mile of here, as you said he would, and he has his Douglas camouflaged and is standing by. When do you expect trouble?" "I have no idea. It may come tonight, or it may come later. Personally, I hope that it comes later so that we can get in a few days of fishing before anything happens." "What do you expect to happen, Doctor?" demanded Carnes. "Every time I have asked you anything, you told me to wait until we were in the Maine woods, and we are there now. I read up everything
Looks
that
like
I could
the
find
good
on amnesia
fight.
victims during
Hey,
the past
all
3 months,
right!
but it didn't throw much light on the matter to me."
Hey, you're the one
How
that...
many cases did you find, Carnes?
Now, GNR can be
16.
heard clear...
There may have been lots
Before
more,
I
but
get
I
back
couldn't
to my...
find any others in the post records. Of course, unless the victim was a
Whoa,
local
now,
man or
dry
of some
eyes.
prominence, it wouldn't appear.
When your dad passed through
You got
here,
most
he
of
and
it
I
like that.
talked for a good long
Did any
time.
points of
He mentioned some
similarity strike you as you read
scientific
them?
mumbo-jumbo which didn't make
None,
sense to
except
me.
that all were
He
prominent
also
men
said
and
something
all
about
were
going to
mental
visit a
workers of high
Dr.
caliber.
Lee in Rivet City.
That didn't appear peculiar because it is the man of high mentality who is most apt to
Goodbye.
crack. Undoubtedly. There were some points of similarity which you missed. Where did the attacks take place? Why, one was at... Thunder, Doctor. I did miss something. Every case, as nearly as I can recall, happened at some summer camp or other resort where they were on vacation. Correct. One other point. At what time of day did they occur? In the morning, as well as I can remember. That point didn't register. They were all discovered in the morning, Carnes, which means that the actual loss of memory occurred during the night. Further, every case has happened within a circle with a diameter of 300 miles. We are near the northern edge of that circle. Carnes checked up on his memory rapidly. "You're right, Doctor," he cried. "Do you think—" "Once in a while," replied Dr. Bird dryly. "I think enough to know the futility of guesses hazarded without complete data. We are now located within the limits of the amnesia belt, and we are here to find out what did happen, if anything, and not to make wild guesses about it. You have the tent set up for us, Major?" "Yes, Doctor. About 30 yards from the cabin, hidden so well that you could pass it a dozen times a day without suspecting its existence. The gas masks and other equipment which you sent to Fort Banks are in it. In that case, we had better dispense with your company as soon as we have eaten a bite and retire to it. On second thought, we will eat in it. Carnes, we will go to our downy couches at once and leave our substitutes in possession of the cabin. I trust, gentlemen, that things come out all right and that you are in no danger." Major Trowbridge shrugged his heavy shoulders. "It is as the gods will," he said sententiously. "It is merely a matter of duty to me, you know, and thank God I have no family to mourn if anything does go wrong. Neither has Corporal Askins." Well, good luck at any rate. Will you guide Carnes to the tent and then return here and I'll join him? Huddled in the tiny concealed tent, Dr. Bird handed Carnes a haversack on a web strap. This is a gas mask, he said. Put it on your neck and keep it ready for instant use. I have one on, and one of us must wear a mask continually while we are here. We'll change off every hour. If the gas used is lethane, as I suspect, we should be able to detect it before it gets too concentrated. But some other gas might be used, and we must take no chances. Now look here. With the aid of a flashlight, he showed Carnes a piece of apparatus which had been set up in the tent. It consisted of 2 telescopic barrels, one fitted with an eyepiece, and the other, which was at a wide angle to the first, with an objective glass. Between the two was a covered round disc, from which projected a short tube fitted with a protecting lens. This tube was parallel to the telescopic barrel containing the objective glass. This is a new thing which I have developed, and it is getting its first practical test tonight, he said. It is a gas detector. It works on the principle of the spectroscope with modifications. From the projector goes out a beam of invisible light, and the reflections are gathered and thrown through a prism of the eyepiece. While a spectroscope requires that the substance which it examines be incandescent and throw out visible light rays in order to show the typical spectral lines, this device catches the invisible ultraviolet on a fluorescent screen and analyzes it spectroscopically. Whoever has the mask on must continually search the sky with it and look for the 3 bright lines which characterize lethane, one at 230, one at 240, and the third at 670 on the illuminated scale. If you see any bright lines in those regions, or any other lines that are not continually present, call my attention to it at once. I'll watch for the first hour. At the end of an hour, Dr. Bird removed his mask with a sigh of relief, and Carnes took his place at the spectroscope. For half an hour he moved the glass about, and then spoke in a guarded tone. I don't see any of the lines you told me to look for, he said, but in the southwest I get wide band at 310 and 2 lines at about 520. Dr. Bird advanced toward the instrument, but before he reached it, Carnes gave him There they are! Dr. Bird sniffed the air. A faint Swedish odor became apparent, and he reached for his gas mask. Slowly his hands drooped, and Carnes grasped him and drew the mask over his face. Dr. Bird rallied slightly, and feebly drew about 10 seconds. In another instant he was holding his hand, staring through the spectroscope. Carnes watched him for an instant, and then a low whirring noise attracted his attention as he looked up.
Don't kill me!
Suddenly he caught the doctor's arm in the white light and pointed. Hovering above the cabin was a silvery glow, faintly stifled an exclamation. The door of the cabin opened, and Major Trowbridge, walking stiffly and like a man in a dream, appeared. Slowly he advanced for 10 yards and stood motionless. The globe moved over him and the bottom unfolded like a lily. 2 long arms shot silently down and grasped the motionless figure and drew him up into the heart of the globe. The petals refolded, and silently as a dream, the globe shot upward and disappeared. Come on, Carnes. Run for your life, or rather, throw your life. No, you idiot. Leave your gas mask on. We all be. Followed by the panting Carnes, Dr. Bird sped through the night along an almost invisible path. For half a mile he kept up a headlong pace, until Carnes could feel his heart pounding as though it would burst his ribs. The pair debouched from the trees into a glade a few acres in extent. Dr. Bird paused and whistled softly. An answering whistle came from a few yards away, and a figure rose in the darkness as they approached. Maynard, called Dr. Bird. Good enough. I was afraid that you might not have kept your gas mask on. My orders were to keep it on, sir, replied the lieutenant in muffled tones through his mask. But my mechanician did not obey orders. He passed out cold without any warning about 15 minutes ago. Where's your ship? Right over here, sir. We'll take off at once. Your craft is equipped with a bird silencer? Yes, sir. Come on, Carnes, we're going to follow that globe. Take the front cockpit alone, Maynard. Carnes and I will get in the rear pit with the spec and guide you. You can take off your gas mask at an elevation of 1,000 feet. You have pack chutes, haven't you? In the rear pit, Doctor. Put one on, Carnes, and climb in. I've got to get this spec set up before he gets too high. spectroscope on the front of his cockpit and peered through it. Southwest, at about 1,000 more elevation, he directed. Right, replied the pilot as he turned the nose of his plane in the indicated direction and began to climb. For an hour and a half, the plane flew noiselessly through the night. Bald Mountain, said the pilot, pointing. The Canadian border is only a few miles away. If they've crossed the border, we're sunk, replied the doctor. The trail leads straight ahead. For a few minutes, they continued their flight toward the Canadian border, and then Dr. Bird spoke. Swing south, he directed, and drop 1,000 feet and come back. The pilot executed the maneuver. Dr. Bird peered over the edge of the plane and directed the spectroscope toward the ground. Half a mile east, he said, and drop another 1,000. Carnes, get ready to jump when I give the word. Oh Lord, groaned Carnes as he fumbled for the ripcord of his parachute. Suppose this thing doesn't open. They'll slide you between 2 barn doors for a coffin and bury you that way, said Dr. Bird grimly. Do you know your orders, Maynard? Yes, sir. When you drop, I am to land at the nearest town, it'll be Lowell, and get in touch with the commandant of the Portsmouth Navy Yard if possible. If I get him, I am to tell him my location and wait for the arrival of reinforcements. If I fail to get him on the telephone, I am to deliver a sealed packet which I carry to the nearest United States Marshal. When reinforcements arrive, either from the Navy Yard or from the Marshal, I am to guide them toward the spot where I dropped you and remain, as nearly as I can judge, 2 miles away until I get a further signal or orders from you. That is right. We'll be over the edge in another minute. Are you ready, Carnes? Oh yes, I'm ready, Doctor, if I have to risk my precious life in this contraption. Then jump. Side by side, Carnes and the doctor dropped toward the ground. The Douglas flew silently away into the night. Carnes found that the sensation of falling was not an unpleasant one as soon as he got accustomed to it. There was little sensation of motion, and it was not until a sharp whisper from Dr. Bird called it to his attention that he realized he was almost to the ground. He bent his legs as he had been instructed. As he rose, he saw that Dr. Bird was already eagerly searching the ground with the spectroscope which he had brought with him in the jungle. Fold your parachute, Carnes, and we'll stow them away under a rock where they can't be seen. We won't use them again. Carnes did so and deposited the silk bundle beside the doctor, and they covered them with rocks until they would be invisible from the air. Following him, the doctor strode carefully forward, stopping now and then at the sight of the spectroscope. Carnes followed him and walked away. A hiss from Dr. Bird stopped him. Dr. Bird had dropped flat on the ground, and Carnes, on all fours, crawled forward to join him. He smothered an exclamation as he looked at the president. Sitting just above the ground, carried away Major Trowbridge. This is evidently their landing place, whispered Dr. Bird. The next thing to find is their hiding place. He rose and started forward, but sank at once to the ground and dragged Carnes down with him. On the hill which formed the opposite side of the hollow, a line of light showed for an instant as though a door had been opened. The light disappeared and then reappeared, and as they watched, it widened, and against an illuminated background 4 men appeared, carrying a 5th. The door shut behind them, and they made their way slowly toward the waiting glow. They laid down their burden, and one of them turned a flashlight on the glow and opened a door in its side, through which they hoisted their burden. They all entered the glow, the door closed, and with a slight whirring sound, it rose in the air and moved rapidly toward the northeast. "That's the place we're looking for," muttered Dr. Bird. "We'll go around